Wishing a very happy 1 year anniversary to Ted and Margaret Ann from Ted Speaks. I will never forget when I was watching the numbers roll in, when Ted did a couple guest spots on Ron's Basement and some other broadcasts, and these podcasters from having Ted on just skyrocketed in numbers, and people were fascinated by the information that Ted was dropping, and we got together, Ted and I, and we made it happen. Quickly got the technology side of things up and running. I like to call it the digital plumbing, and they were off to the races. Here we are 1 year later, and he's still doing his thing. Ted, Margaret Ann, happy 1 year. Congratulations, you guys work your butts off. You deserve every ounce of success. We love watching you. Cheers to another year. It'll be here before we know it. Hi, my name is Nick, and I'm delighted to film this video testimonial for my friend Ted from Ted Speaks. I've been a fan and a friend of Ted's for many, many years now. My family seeks his advice when it comes to the coin of the realm, and we take his advice and suggestions. He's the guy, he's the man. He's got decades of experience. I've known him back when he had the Provenza group. We're local, so we would hear him on the radio. And he has given me invaluable information over the years, not just about silver and the coin of the realm, but just in all facets of life. Ted has been a wonderful mentor to me, and now my son, who he is now training in his thoughts of the coin of the realm. He, for instance, once came over for either a graduation or a birthday, and he had a $50 bill for my son in one hand, and he had a silver eagle in the other. And he asked my son which he wanted, and to Ted's delight, my son chose the silver eagle. So anyways, love Ted, trust Ted. He gives solid advice, and thank you, Ted.